Tom Aspinall this, Tom Aspinall that. Everyone and their nan's dog is backing Tom Aspinall to absolutely walk through Ciryl Gane at UFC 321 at the end of this month. But the MMA space needs a delusional fan to give the Frenchman an exceptionally detailed analysis as to why he will methodically break down Tom Aspinall round after round, taking him into deep waters to take that heavyweight title and to shock the world. And that man, that delusional fan, is not me. Look, I've had some pretty bad picks in the past, but I'm not stupid enough to take Ciryl Gane in this one. Tom Aspinall will win this fight, but I will say Ciryl Gane will make this fight competitive, and so competitive, he will get all the way through round one, and then get finished in round two. That's as far as this is going, because Tom Aspinall is just an absolute machine. Like, on average, the fight time, 2 minutes and 2 seconds, speaks for itself. He just bulldozes absolutely everyone he fights. The only time that he went to a second round in his whole entire career was against Andrei Arlovski, and Tom Aspinall was realistically just testing the waters in that fight. Granted, to Arlovski's credit, he was kind of stopping Aspinall's flow a bit with just boxing flurries. But aside from that, I mean, we saw what happened in round two. Tom Aspinall just destroyed him, and that's where I'm really seeing the same thing that's going to happen against Ciryl Gane in this fight. Now, why do I think Ciryl Gane is going to make it to round two? Well, we can't sleep on Ciryl Gane. Ciryl Gane is the fastest opponent that Tom Aspinall has ever fought, and that's pretty obvious to say, and we can't forget, Ciryl Gane is obviously legit. He is a very, very good kickboxer, credited kickboxer, has the strike speed to match, which is the biggest takeaway of this fight, to match that strike speed. But the power, the KO power, is a clear and obvious contrast in Tom Aspinall's favor. Ciryl Gane is more of a volume-based striker. Granted, Ciryl Gane lands about 5 to 6 significant strikes per minute, and Tom Aspinall lands about 8, but that's because he's just ground and pounding the shit out of them within a couple minutes of the fight, and then it's over, whereas Ciryl Gane accumulates over round after round after round, because Tom Aspinall, no one can survive him, and Ciryl Gane is no exception. But Ciryl Gane, I will say, the guy on the feet does have that competitiveness to this matchup, because as I said, he's a good kickboxer. He's very good on the lateral axis, good at circling along the outside, utilizing a good stiff jab as well. He does have the reach advantage in this fight, good with his striking at range. We saw what the teeps to the body were doing against Tai Tuivasa, but we even look at that Tai Tuivasa fight while we're on the subject. Tai Tuivasa clipped Ciryl Gane clean, and Ciryl Gane dropped badly. If Tom Aspinall is hitting him with that, he's going to sleep straight up, and Ciryl Gane is probably 48,672 times faster than fucking Tai Tuivasa, a 300-pound Tai Tuivasa. So it's just not really a straight comparison there, and it just really goes against Ciryl Gane. I mean, Ciryl Gane, if he can survive the ground game onslaught especially, that's just to say if he's not getting closed off and getting knocked out in the first round, he needs to survive the ground game threat as well, because there's a humongous contrast when it comes to the wrestling and grappling of Tom Aspinall compared to Ciryl Gane. Now, don't get me wrong, Ciryl Gane, since his last fight against Volkov, and most importantly, since he got absolutely destroyed by John Jones at UFC 285, he has been training his wrestling and he has been training his grappling heavily through his camps. It's all over social media. But is that going to do anything? Firstly, we look at Tom Aspinall, and if you guys didn't already know, his base is BJJ. He's got the power in his hands and the strike speed to take everyone out, but BJJ is his base. That is what he has been doing for the longest. His dad, I believe, was the first black belt in the UK. He is the first one, and I mean, he was just training Tom Aspinall since he was a bloody toddler, and Tom Aspinall carrying through with that. We've seen what he's done to Volkov. We've seen what he's done on the regional scene. He is deadly with his submission-based game and with his wrestling-based game as well. He's got fantastic double leg timing, good single legs as well. He's the whole damn package. And I mean, Ciryl Gane, don't get me wrong, wrestling and grappling, he has been training. But we look at the fight against Volkov, his most recent fight. That is the takeaway that we're going to have leading into this matchup. However good Ciryl Gane was in that matchup against Volkov is realistically the closest thing we're getting against Tom Aspinall. Volkov took him down like 3 to 4 times in that fight. If Tom Aspinall is getting a hold of him like Volkov was, he's going to absolutely run through him. And that's where, if we look back to where we saw Francis Ngannou taking him down a number of times well, and then one takedown from Jon Jones and he gets submitted, we don't have high hopes here, do we? We really just don't on the ground. Now, Ciryl Gane, off his back, he does have those heel hook attempts, and he's not too bad when it comes to transitioning on the back. We saw that against Volkov, and we saw that against Francis Ngannou, but Tom Aspinall is just completely different. He will find the opportunity to submit Ciryl Gane, and I believe that that is going to happen in that second round, and I think he's going to find a rear naked choke finish. But if you are a Ciryl Gane lover and you want to see him win, I like Ciryl Gane. He's one of my favorite heavyweights without a doubt, and I love Tom Aspinall too. But when we look at Ciryl Gane, the way that he can win, obviously it's MMA, it's not impossible. The way that Ciryl Gane can win is by utilizing that lateral movement along the outside, making sure that he's not getting closed off by Tom Aspinall, using those tools that he has at range, using the jab with the reach advantage, using the body kicks, absolutely chewing Tom Aspinall's body to bits. That's what he needs to do in this matchup, because he needs to cut down that unknown gas tank. The unknown gas tank of Tom Aspinall that we haven't seen past round 2. For all we know, it could go down the shitter very quick, especially if Gane is just pumping his body to bits. And if he does that, and the strike speed and the power starts to wane, and if Tom Aspinall can't get Ciryl Gane down, then Ciryl Gane has the advantage. But that is a humongous order to ask for, and it's just not going to happen. There's just no way. I mean, the strike speed, the strike accuracy, the power of Tom Aspinall here is just absolutely ridiculous. But when we look at the odds, I mean, the odds are going to blow out of proportion for a round 2 finish for Tom Aspinall. I think the difference between a round 1 and a round 2, obviously, is going to have some decent money on it, and that's something that I honestly am going to take. But that's my own personal opinion. That's not financial advice, betting advice, whatever. Just a bit of fun. I think it could possibly happen that Ciryl Gane can get to round 2. But if Aspinall, I will say, if he is getting him down straight away, I think we're going to get a pretty obvious Jon Jones treatment in this matchup. And I think it's going to be a rear naked choke finish in that second round. And Tom Aspinall, I think in the back of his mind mentally, he's going to be pretty urgent in wanting to get this fight to the ground. Firstly, not giving Ciryl Gane any room to breathe to make sure that he can't just find some nice shots on the feet early with his strike speed. And plus, Tom Aspinall wants to get that submission faster than Jon Jones. We know that he wants to beat the last legitimate contender, sorry, Stipe Miocic, that Jon Jones has fought and defeated easily, and that's going to be on Tom Aspinall's mind. He wants to finish him quick. He wants to finish him faster than Jon Jones, but I don't think that's going to happen ultimately, but he's going to be hunting for it. So there definitely is that chance there. But I've got to say, honestly, even with the chance of it going the distance or even going like longer into the fight, dude, Tom Aspinall is looking damn shredded. And don't get me wrong, I know when it comes to physiques and everything, sometimes they honestly don't mean shit and fighters just get submitted like in the first 2 rounds. Brock Lesnar. But aside from that, I mean, he is looking like he is in shape, and that means the cardio should be there. And that's where I think Tom Aspinall, honestly, even if it's going late, I think his cardio is going to be fine. Realistically, he would have trained for this like absolute crazy. He's got a good camp behind him. He's got technical strikers as well that he trains with. He trains with Mick Parkin as well. Mick Parkin, great kickboxer, very clean boxing, fast hands as well. Could mimic a fair bit of Ciryl Gane's movements too. So yeah, I think he's going to be looking pretty good in this one as well. And honestly, as we know, Aspinall is going to be taking this super seriously. We know his camp has looked great. He's absolutely shredded, as I said, and he knows the repercussions of losing this fight. Firstly, Jon Jones will just have an absolute field day. But secondly, the Alex Pereira fight slips away. And that Alex Pereira fight that he could get on the White House card just shoots Aspinall to superstardom, because realistically, against Pereira fighting Tom Aspinall next year, middle of next year, Tom Aspinall is going to be a favorite and he will win that fight. I mean, he's just so much bigger than Alex Pereira. He's got the takedown offensive threat and he's going to be able to submit Pereira, honestly. I just don't see Pereira's strike speed matching up with that much extra weight on him, and Aspinall still weighing another 20 odd pounds heavier than him. Look, it is the biggest threat to his legacy, Ciryl Gane is, and that's where I think Aspinall is just going to be that much more serious in this fight. He's not going to let his legacy be affected. He is going to run through Ciryl Gane, but when it comes to the hot take, I think Ciryl Gane's got the tools to make it to the second round, but he's just not going to be enough to beat a guy that is just as fast, if not faster, has more power in his hands, has the BJJ offensive threat over him, has a wrestling offensive threat over him, and just exposes Gane's biggest weaknesses overall with those tools, especially with a 100% takedown offense success rate and a 100% finish rate. And a guy that's never been chinned before and never had his chin tested. Do I need to say any more? Guys, Tom Aspinall is winning this fight. I think most of you will agree with me. And look, if Ciryl Gane can make it through to the second round, nice payday, but that's my hot take here. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm sure I'm going to see a lot of round one, just straight executions in the comments, and that's understandable. I don't blame you if you take it, but for a bit of fun, we can see if Ciryl Gane can make it to round two. Let me know in the comments below what you think of UFC 321 and the main event, and there will be a predictions and breakdown video for the full card coming up very soon, so stick around for that one, and please like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you in the next one.